Hello everyone, welcome to the World Council Daily again. So today we're having so much fun here, and I know that online programming is super fun as well. So we're still having collabs, co-creating spaces and everything. I don't know if you have seen, but I'm without Oli today. He have to fly back home with those 40 hours to Australia, but I have a friend from Australia as well who already fly those 40 hours, and he's going to appear now.
Oh
Whoa.
my gosh. Oh, where am I?
Are you okay?
Where am I? What's going on here?
Yeah, I hear you were going to take a flight.
I was just in Australia and now I'm
Oh,
here.
wow.
I'm
You
here.
didn't have to take any flight. That's amazing. So everyone, this is Kevin.
And we're on camera.
Yeah, so Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course, my name is Kevin. I live in Australia, Melbourne. I was just in Australia 2 seconds ago and now I'm in Denmark. I am a board director at Y Victoria. It has been a good conference so far.
I know, like
Great
I
speakers.
hear a lot of good things from the online programming. Like there's this amazing experience. You can feel, the movement, the connections, networking as well. And here in Denmark is super nice. I mean, it's a little
great.
It's a little bit cold for me, but yeah. So we're going to have so much fun tonight. So we're going to have a lot of things. So what are we going to have tonight,
I've
Kevin?
read a great brief when I was on the plane coming here, and I look forward to hearing from the team at Kosovo who've just joined the Y family, the team from Ukraine who are having a pretty hard time currently, but are also big parts of the Y family as well. We'll be talking about feminism, as well as hearing from the collab facilitators who are running these very impressive collabs here at the conference. Cool, this is Kevin and MaFe speaking. See you tonight.
Yay. Hola, hola everyone. Welcome to the World Council Daily, day 4. Oh my gosh, 4, yes. And Oli is too busy, in that flight of 40 hour flight. I don't know how it's going to be but here tomorrow, but we'll see. He will tell us. So, but today I have Kevin. So please welcome Kevin. Yay!
Thank you all. Hello everyone, my name is Kevin. It is great to join you, MaFe, at World Council Daily here in Aarhus in our online home, essentially. I hope you've all been enjoying World Council Daily. I've been watching and excitedly expecting a very good show today. Can't wait to give you the best bits of what happened today.
Thank you very much for being here. So you already introduced yourself in the park when we were this morning. Can you tell us a little bit? Yeah, I know. Can you tell us a little bit how did you got involved in the YMCA?
Yeah, I'm actually very new to the Y. I think judging by how long everyone has been at the Y for, I've been only here since February. I joined the Y Victoria board in Australia just this past February in order to fill the role of the young person on the board. Obviously, our Ys around the world essentially have the role of ensuring that representation on their boards have young people on them. So I'm the young person at Y Victoria.
That's amazing. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And tonight we're going to have highlights of the amazing women at the YMCA, hear from our facilitators about their collabs online and in person, and also we're going to hear from our the YMCA Kosovo member that they just become a member.
Amazing.
So this is a huge thing.
Amazing.
So have you heard about how that goes, like it was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I'm so surprised you've managed to cover all of this in this entire show. You've seriously done a good job. There's so much covered, and it's great to feel so connected around the world, especially on this online platform today.
Yes, actually we did. Yeah, but it was a challenge, I have to be honest.
No, you've managed. Good job. Good
Yeah,
job.
thank you. So first, we're going to check out our highlights of today. Hello everyone, I just finished talking with so many women in the Women's Leadership Lunch right here in the City Hall, and it was so touching and inspired, and I really want to share with you some of those. Hello Suzanne, thank you for being here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, and thank you for having me. I'm Suzanne McCormick, and I have the privilege of serving as the first female CEO of the YMCA of the USA. And so this is my first World Council, and very excited to be here.
Wow, I'm very so excited to have you here as well. So we want to ask you, why do you think it's important to have females in the role of leadership?
I think I can speak for the world, perhaps, but I can speak specifically for the United States. If you look at who the decision makers are in families, it's usually women. It's usually moms who are deciding where their children are going to go, what activities their children are going to engage in, what kinds of things their families need for supports. And I think so many of the people who participate in the Y and benefit from the Y are women. And so to have women leaders who, like, we live that experience every day, and we can look through the lens or just bring our lived experience to the Y experience, it can only be helpful for us. And, you know, if the Y says we are for all and we are a place of belonging, we need to make sure that we represent the world that we are serving, and we need more women leaders.
What tips could you give women like that are beginning, you know, the leadership role in the YMCA or outside of the YMCA, and there are, I don't know, like, you know, sometimes that it is fearful, you know, like it's kind of scary to begin that. So what tips would you give them?
One of the tips I give anyone who is looking to be a leader is to surround yourself with good supports, but specifically, if you can find someone who will be a bit of a formal mentor to you, and don't be afraid to ask someone to say, you know, to literally say, you know, I want to learn from you. Would you consider giving me some time as a mentor? So asking for that. And I know that might take some courage, but I have almost rarely said no when someone has asked me that, because when you have a mentor, someone who has lived through the experiences before you, they can help give you confidence, help you talk through situations.
Thank you very much for being here, and I probably will ask you in some point to be my mentor, because I actually admire you a lot.
Thank you. And I will say yes, on the record. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, Patricia, thank you for being here, and I want to ask you some tips of advice for young leaders that doesn't know what is the next step. You know, they don't know, like the female leaders. What can you tell them?
You know, when I think about young leaders, particularly females, I think a very strong piece of advice is throughout your career to be true to your own values. So in the YMCA, we have our values of caring, respect, responsibility. We also are really promoting the sense of belonging. And if you stay true to all of those values, and you may add some more of your own, integrity, inclusion, you won't go wrong.
Hi, Soheila. So nice to be here with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Soheila Hayek. I'm the newly elected president of the YMCA International, World YMCA, and I'm delighted to be here. We had today the Women Leadership Luncheon, and it was just amazing to see how many young leaders there are amongst us. It's just amazing.
It is amazing. For a woman, for a female leader that is probably leading with some social pressure from social media and having this probably mental health also issues because of that, what would you tell them?
It's not just for the young leaders and it's just for women, but social media is a wonderful tool for us to connect and to share stories, history, but it also puts undue pressure on us when we depend so much on it. When our every heartbeat is how many likes did I get? Oh, I didn't get. Oh, I did get. You know, life is so profound. It's so big that social media is but a blip on life. If we choose to make that blip our world, we're going to miss out on life. We can choose to use social media to communicate, but it's just a tool, nothing more. It's not life. Life is what's going on around us, with our friends, with our family, with our work, with the environment, with the trees, the plants, the flowers. That's life. So let's not lose perspective when it comes to social media.
Thank you very much. What an incredible, good woman. I mean, it was amazing to be there, you know. It was such an amazing experience. And yeah, so what are your takeaways from here, Kevin?
Astounded. I think the last woman who spoke was quite clear in a message about social media. But I will just say as well, I think what I took away from that is that the capacity building of young women is very important. Having young women in places of influence is the natural thing to do because we had 3 very incredible, cool women here. I also feel as though leadership for women is also pivotal, not just in tokenistic ways, but in very, very cool ways, like having female presidents and female CEOs. And I think it's very valuable. It means a lot to young girls around the world.
It is. It actually is. So today we are actually with an incredible woman right now. Her name is Marta, and she's coming with us today to tell us a little bit about the studio and supporting the studio and all these amazing experience that we just had. Hello, Marta. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you going? How are you feeling? How's the conference been for you so far?
It's been busy, but really good. Yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot.
Cool. Well, tell us about what you do.
So I am a volunteer board member of YMCA Ukraine, and I joined the Y when I was a teenager, 19 years ago. It's been a long journey. I've been doing a lot of things at the YMCA. The last few years, apart from my board job, I did a lot of mental health training for leaders. And since the war broke out in Ukraine, I'm doing a little bit of everything to try to help with logistics and coordination and humanitarian aid supplies and everything, really.
Wow, that's so inspiring. Thank you for sharing that. How do you think, or what do you think we can support young leaders to have a better representation of them in our YMCA?
Particularly women.
Of women, sorry.
Yeah. At one of the panel discussions at this conference, I had a privilege to listen to one of the keynote speakers, and she said that feminism for her was sharing power. And this message stayed with me. And I feel like the YMCA has been doing a lot to provide this space for both men and women to share power. And since I've been with the YMCA for so many years, I've definitely seen a lot of progress.
Well, Marta, again, just want to preface by saying that I appreciate you sharing and being vulnerable with us, and also acknowledge that there's a lot of trauma involved in speaking about things like this. Just curious, what can the Y Global movement do to support Ukraine, especially now with the Russia-Ukraine conflict?
The YMCA has been there since day one. And when I say this, I do not just mean the full-scale war that started in February. I was actually at World Council in Estes Park in the US back in 2014 when the war in Ukraine started 8 years ago. And I wasn't even sure if I would be able to go back at that time. So now, 8 years after this, here I am again at World Council, and we have the full-scale war in Ukraine, and I'm wondering what's happening next. Where are we in 4 years at the next World Council? What's going to happen in 2030? So my only message today is gratitude, and I'm really lost for words to express how thankful I am to all the YMCA movements, to our global YMCA family for all the support and solidarity since day one. And I would just ask people to remember and to keep talking about Ukraine so the war is not dragged in time and so that it ends soon and we can rebuild the country.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Marta, for being here, for sharing with us. And also remember us that women is their job is really important in our Y movement and also talking about Ukraine. So thank you very much for being here. We are so happy to have all these women today. And right now, we're going to see how the collabs and everything between the collabs and the ideas and co-creation about our future went today. So we have a video.
Hi everyone. Today the collabs are continuing across the globe, and these discussions are starting to focus on solutions and how these conversations can be brought into the real world. We spoke to a few people to see how this process has been going. Take a look.
I'm Crystal from YMUSA. My collab is about creating inclusive environments for everyone and how we do that. Today we spoke about everything from how we can become an anti-racist organization to how we can create safe spaces for everyone in our lives to how we can also provide a space for humans who may be underserved to be able to come there, and how we can also get the government involved.
My name is Mars from YMCA of Hong Kong.
What collab have you been participating in?
The Sustainable Planet.
You're mostly focused today, right, on next steps, how to bring these ideas into the real world. So what have kind of those next steps looked like in your group?
I think we will need to more explore with different countries and get more experience to bring back to our city and country, and then we will do more about the environment things, just like recycling. Yes, just like, because in Denmark we know that recycling is doing very well. We want to get this kind of experience to Hong Kong, share with the teenagers, and do more education to them.
Hi, my name is Pernille and I am from Denmark.
So what collab have you been participating in this week?
The Sustainable Planet one. Right now we are actually just on the verge between having all the questions and now we're going to find the solutions here after this break. So we have a lot of questions that's been generating this morning, and now we're going to dive into them and find great solutions for them.
Have there been any questions in particular that have really interested you and you're excited to see what the solutions look like?
The question I always ask is how we engage youth in climate action. And it seems simple, but I just experience youth being clueless about it. So how do we find the good ways of engaging them?
Is there any ideas that you have on how to do that?
I think that meeting nature is a good thing. I think getting a relationship to nature in any way kind of makes them responsible or have a relationship to what they're actually saving or changing.
Hello, my name is Bertram Devadas. I'm from India. I'm attending collab number 20, which is on climate change. There are about 15 of us, and it's been a great experience so far. So the general consensus was that we should first of all try and reduce the emissions in terms of vehicle pollution, try and cut down on travel. Then we talked about improving environment in terms of more tree plantation, Also considering switching over to electric cars.
Was there any other insights that resonated with you from your collab so far?
Well, we're still getting into discussions, and right now we're going to a crucial discussion as to what we imagine the future to be and how we would be placed in 2050 and what our role should be to try and reach a better world.
Great, thank you so much for your time.
Right, thank you.
Welcome back to the studio. We're here with Pious and Georgii, two of our amazing collab facilitators. So it's a privilege to have you here. Thanks so much for taking the time and the countless hours you have put into to facilitating today. So tell us, guys, how are you going? How are you going, Pious?
Hello, viewers. I'm Pious from the YMCA of Sierra Leone, and I think I'm going well. I'm doing great. So far, so good. Everything has been going really well.
Cool. And Georgii?
Yeah, happy to be digitally with you guys. And for me, it's been an amazing and very fun experience, though. It was even surprisingly fun for me today.
That's amazing. Thank you for being here. It's so cool to have you both at the same time. Yeah, this is just amazing. So we want you to ask you, what is your role exactly right now in the collab? So we're going to begin with Georgii. Go ahead.
My role is I'm a facilitator. So we together, together with my team of two other facilitators, we guide and we direct the conversation, and we helped people to move towards some tangible results that they could achieve by following the full path of 3 days of collabs.
Amazing. How about you here in person?
Yes. So I'm also a facilitator, and I have my who is the lady, but she's not here, Namasha. Together we are just leading the conversation towards achieving that vision that we want to see, Vision 2030.
That's amazing. You both are doing an amazing job.
And Georgii, just curious as well if you could explain the online difference, being that the process is still the same. How's that been transitioning online?
I think it goes quite smoothly and it works, and I expect to see more events like this in the future. But the main difference is that except from being fluent in facilitation, we also need to be technology savvy, and sometimes it is a struggle, but we go through and we go over it.
That's so cool. I've heard so many comments from my friends in Colombia about this collab, so you are doing an amazing job even with these challenges. So we want to ask you, what are the main takeaways of this experience?
To me personally, it has been a learning point, because when I started the collab, I told them that this is not the usual workshop that we used to have where I have all the knowledge in the room to come and give you, but this is like me also taking some knowledge away from the room, and like the knowledge is in the room. So I have been able to work with different people, because this is like a global gathering where you have CEOs, where you have volunteers, where you have members, and it's like a mixed bag. So I had a couple of knowledge also from these different views. So together we are actually doing an amazing job, and I'm learning a lot, things that I don't know, and also things that other YMCAs are doing. It's fascinating, and I think we are doing an incredible job all around the world.
That's great. So I know that collabs were actually for that, the intergenerational dialogue and everything. So it's amazing that this is happening.
Yes.
How about you, Georgii?
For me, I would say the one thing that I'm really, within this experience, I'm amused by the crucial role of questions. And the question is the very rich form of communication to people. And I'm really surprised and amused how a group of people can achieve results if we as facilitators, or they ask right questions, and they ask it kindly, softly, in a safe space, and then the great results is there.
This is amazing. Thank you both for doing this amazing job, for taking all this knowledge, not only yours, but the others, through all this journey in order to have our Vision 2030 putting in action, right? So thank you so much for being here. And right now, we're going to watch a video about how Kevin and I just broke the ice. I know, in the Danish Garden Games Extreme. Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Irina Imbam. We're here in Denmark having fun at the World Council.
I'm Kevin, and I'm smashing the shit out of it.
And MaFe, and I'm gonna kill it.
The game's called ladder golf.
And the game is on. Like it has to be like that, you know? Like, I mean, what else can you expect from me? I won! Yay!
Well, I did come second, but obviously she cheated, so it's to be expected. If we count the scores again, you will find that I actually won, and she just happened to be closer to the ladder than I was. So, is cheating winning? I don't know, but it's a win for me. I see you, MaFe, I see you. Well, I counted the scores, it was technically a draw, and it's all about the fun at the end of the day. There's no like prizes, so...
No, I've won, and I'm going back to the studio.
MaFe, isn't the European summer beautiful?
Yes, especially today that, you know, we got so wet, yeah.
Well, that's Denmark for you. But anyway, I still think I can beat you in Danish Garden Games Extreme. So I declare a rematch.
I won, and I will be winning like for the rest of the times.
You're wrong.
But let's do it.
You're wrong.
So I think this is where I take over. The production team have clearly had some fun with my makeshift costume, because we're going to pit you against each other. MaFe, you are definitely on a lead at the moment because you won the quiz yesterday. You won at lunchtime today in the Danish Garden Games Extreme. So I think we should have a rematch.
Let's do it.
So apparently I'm a Danish expert now. So I've been shown how we play this game. You've both played this before.
Yes, we have. I want the white ones because the red ones she cheated last time.
So just to explain the rules, okay? Your job is to throw those onto this, and if you get it round the top, it's 3 points. Round the middle, it's 2 points, and on the bottom, it's 1 point. Now, you can get more points though if you get a trick shot and you get it around both at the same time. Are you ready?
Okay. You can't cheat this time. I'm
ready.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, I'm watching you too. Go ahead.
Who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So throw your first one, please. Oh, okay. We've got 1 point already. Can we have some noise in the studio? 1 point. Here we go. MaFe, please take your shots. Oh, 2 points. Okay. Next shot. Here we go. We've got a lead. MaFe's in the lead, everybody. Oh, what a perfect shot. Look, can we just admire the way that leaps out multiple times? MaFe, no pressure. But here we go.
No pressure at all. Come on.
Okay, no one's gone for the 3 points at the moment. Oh, we've got our first miss. Oh, the tension in the studio. You could cut the tension with a knife. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Well, we have one more shot. So by my calculations, at the moment, we have 4 points. MaFe, you have 2. You could still win with a magic shot. Please take your final shot. Oh no, we have ourselves a winner. Unfortunately, MaFe, you are not the winner today. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Fair and square.
But I think that settles it. I am going to hand over to you. Hopefully the production team have stopped making me look foolish and leave the professionals to carry on.
Amazing, amazing. Well, again, that settles it, but I am not the only winner this week. Next up, we have Bronash, who will take you on a tour of our beautiful music house here in Aarhus. And then we chat with Dorina, Lluka-Davies, the CEO of Kosovo, who this week just became the newest and latest member of the Y family.
Yes.
Hey everyone, I'm outside the music hall with Brona from YMCA Scotland. So you're gonna give us a little tour of this building. What do you do here? What's your responsibility at World Council?
So I volunteer backstage, so I'm doing all the hosts for the green stuff, so getting their food, getting their drinks, making sure they're up on stage on time and just helping making sure the show runs.
You know the ins and outs of this building. So let's take a look inside, right?
Yeah, let's go. So here we have the stalls. This is where you can buy the merchandise. People are giving out stuff for free. And there's lots of different ways to learn and educate yourself about what the YMCAs do. So you can see the team hard at work down there, but up here there's also collabs going on, which is when the delegates really get to zoom in on their focus of interests and get to speak in a smaller group environment. So they really get to learn more about the people and who they're working with, see that going on behind us.
Dear friends, I'm here to announce a new member of our World YMCA family. We have good news. We are now in the process of admitting a new national movement as a full member of the World Alliance of YMCAs.
I'm very pleased to inform you that the Executive Committee of the World YMCA has unanimously decided to recommend the full membership of Kosovo YMCA to this World Council.
We're very lucky to be speaking with our latest Y member, the newest baby in our YMCA family, the CEO of Kosovo, Dorina, Lluka-Davies. It's amazing to have you join us here, Dorina. How are you going?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're great, yes. We just have a really good time here.
I enjoyed all the time here, so it's excellent to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, Dorina, we want to know how do you feel like during the process of being a YMCA now that is part of the movement?
So it's like, it's a long journey. This, we understand that being members of World Alliance of YMCAs don't just happen in a day. So we have been working hard for the last 10 years. You know, the YMCA in our region has been there for a long time, but especially the last 10 years after the war in Kosovo, the YMCA has been quite active in bringing together communities. So the last decade, we've worked very hard to provide qualitative programs and build qualitative programs for young people across the country. We have built open youth centers, built camp, provided different programs on green agenda. So we have the program part, which is very important for us. Then we also have worked a lot on good governance, which also ensures the participation of young people in decision-making processes. Just for an information is that our YMCA has in our national board, everyone is under 40 years old, which also ensures that the young people participate directly on decision-making. So governance is very, very important. Then financial transparency and all others, building partnerships. So we've worked a lot to make sure the voice of young people is heard and represented. Currently, our YMCA is also one of the biggest youth organizations in the country. So we have done a lot in 10 years. We also became members of YMCA European, YMCA Europe, and now we are really, really excited, and it's like an excellent timing. So it's great.
Congratulations again. I'm just curious.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, Dorina. Now that you're a World Y member, what are some of your priorities going forward? What are you going to be working on in the next year?
So. First of all, it's exciting to also just knowing that we are members. That we really happy about it. Our priorities in the coming years are to develop more programs. We want to make sure we want to promote more the resolution 2250 on youth peace and security, and we are aiming for our parliament to adopt in Kosovo. So this is one of the goals. We also build a network of biggest youth organization in the country. We're trying to make sure we impact and change more policies or adopt better policies that directly impact young people. And but as a YMCA, we also have been working hard to empower our region. So for those who don't know, the West Balkans or Southeast Europe has been quite underrepresented because all our neighboring countries are still not members of World Alliance. So our initiative as a YMCA is also to make sure work together with our YMCAs in different countries in our region to help them to go to the point we are today, because YMCA is also about sharing and caring about each other. And more than anything, our YMCA is also an organization that promotes gender equality. Just so to share that most of our staff and volunteers are young women, which we admire, encourage, and we believe their contribution is outstanding for us to be where we are.
Amazing. Thank you, Dorina. Congratulations again. And I know you're going to be amazing in the following years. And good luck with that. And right now, we are going to have a video. And up next, we are going to talk about youth leadership.
Amazing.
Hi everybody, my name is Georgii. I'm here with Tal Karp, our CEO for Y Australia. How are you, Tal?
I'm great. How could I not be great? This place is amazing. There are so many Y people hanging around with heaps of pins just like you.
I love my pins.
I didn't realise it was such a big thing.
Now Tal, you joined the Y in your position in February 2022, is that correct?
About 103 days ago, Kurj, if you want to be really precise, not counting.
Not that you're counting. And why the Y, Tal?
Why the Y? Well, I was on the board for 3 years, the national board of Y Australia, and really I just saw that the opportunity right now for working with young people, it's just never been greater. There is just so much that we can do, and that's why I'm so excited about Vision 2030, because it provides us the opportunity to not just work locally, which is incredibly important in respect of our young people and with young people, but to also use our global leverage and our global positioning to create real change across all of those 4 pillars, which you've no doubt been talking about all week, so that we don't just talk about the change that we need with and for young people, but we're actually actioning that, and we're doing that together.
I am such a big admirer of the work that you do and the way that you lead Y Australia and the Australian movement as well.
You're not getting a promotion. I really want to figure out how we can bring up the voices of diverse representative young people and tie that to influence. We've heard some great examples just then during the youth-led forum of some of the ways that we can entrench the changes that we need in everything that we do, but I need to be challenged every step of the way. I think we all need to be, but I guess for myself, I just need to start by challenging myself, and I think all of us need to disrupt ourselves as part of this process.
Tal, I think that's all we have time for, but it is such a privilege to sit here and have this conversation with you, and thank you so much for your time. And I know you've got a very busy schedule as you change the world and you create space for young people to do the same. But again, I'm really grateful for your time.
Love your work, Kurj, and great work, and thank you for all that you do.
So empowering young people is what the YMCA does, right? So tonight we have Ori Ortiz from YMCA Latin America online. Hola, hola, Ori. And then we have Nathalie, yes, here in the studio. So welcome you both. And how are you today?
I'm good. I'm feeling a bit wet. We got wet for the photo outside, but it's great. It's fine. It's World Council.
I know.
It's Denmark.
How about you, Ori? How are you?
Hola, MaFe. Hello, everyone. And I'm really excited to be here with you.
Thank you. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? What did you do at the YMCA?
Sure. So I joined the Y family in 2018, initially with YCare International, which is like an affiliate of the Y family. It's kind of like a weird stepbrother, cousin type thing. And I was there for about 3 years, and then I transitioned over to World YMCA in January 2021. And I currently manage the Global Youth Mobilization Initiative.
That's amazing. Yeah. How about you, Ori?
Well, as you know, my name is Ori Ortiz, and I'm a staff member of the YMCA LAC regional node. This is how we call our regional office. So actually, I work with MaFe. We are colleagues, and I'm 22 years old. I have been involved in the work carried out by the YMCA LAC regional node since 2020.
That's amazing, and she's so smart. I have to say that. Yeah. Can you please tell us what it means to be empower youth?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. So obviously, empowering youth can take on many different levels and many different kind of positions and viewpoints. I think in my role, what I've learned in managing the Global Youth Mobilization is about providing a platform where young people who are already doing amazing things across the movement, across the world, have an opportunity to maybe gain extra resources or gain extra networks, extra mentors. So all we're doing is elevating what they're doing because they're already doing that in their community. They don't need me to do anything kind of thing. I'm just there to elevate what they're doing, to showcase it around the world, and to make sure that we're tapping into as many resources, as many collaborations and partnerships as the YMCA that we can, and working with different youth organizations as well so we can learn from each other.
Yeah, I feel that that's like the multiply effect, you know? That's so cool. How about you, Ori?
Well, I think that this is a tricky question for me because I'm just 22 years old. And even though I work directly in initiative that has the aim to empower youth, I also feel really connect with their stories and also with their context because I'm work in a position where I can see the struggles also that the youth faces, but I also live that type of struggles. And I think that a really key important to empower youth is let them be the ones who take the leadership, but like a full leadership, not only in their initiatives, but also involve them in the decision-making process.
Awesome. And yeah, going off from what you just said, how do we involve young people in decision-making processes and build their capacity and help them succeed?
Yeah, that's another interesting question. So it's about being meaningful as well. It's like having intentionality behind everything. So one thing we don't want to do is tokenize young people to say we put them in positions and we just say, oh yeah, we did this, we have someone in a leadership position. And we don't provide like the maybe support that they need or the guidance that they need. I can speak for managing the Global Youth Mobilization. We have Loris, who you may have spoken to earlier. She's our youth representative on the board. So she sits alongside our Secretary General, Carlos Sanvi, and they have equal voting power. She can express her opinions as anybody else. And she's also been supported from us, like behind the scenes where she needs it. She knows that she can come to us if she has any concerns or any questions. It's really important to have that open dialogue as well. And so she's, been in that role for about 7 months now. She's doing amazing and she loves it. I think what we've learned is, it's about intentionality and being meaningful, giving young people support, and also making sure that we have enough spaces, because I think maybe sometimes at the Y, we don't always have enough spaces for young people, and we talk about having young people in decision-making positions and leadership positions, but sometimes maybe we're not always, is it talking the talk, talking the walk? Yeah, whatever. So I think we have a long way to go. We're still on the right path, but I think we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. And yourself, Oriela, how do you help young people be in decision-making positions?
I think that young people is willing to do that and are eager to take that type of role. So we need to ensure that they are in the right spaces to develop their leadership skills, but also we need to promote the willing and of the people who are already in this type of spaces to include young people in its fully potential. But also I think that it's important to know that even though today's we can see a reduction in the gap in youth leadership participation, we must not lose sight of the fact that much remains to be done, and that all young people in leadership positions also needs to work together to unite efforts to ensure that not only inside of the YMCA, but also in other organizations and the spacers, there are young people who can have different disabilities or different backgrounds. So we also need to ensure not just youth leadership, but also youth leadership that is inclusive and diverse. Awesome. So I think that it is important.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And you know the old saying, young people belong in all places where decisions are made, and if you didn't, now you do. Yeah. Thank you both for joining us today. Very, very excited to see the work you guys continue doing. And we'll finish off our tour of the Music House with Bronash, and we'll see you shortly.
And behind us, you can see the Y-Car stand. There's just really interactive, and you've had so many people on the bike. You'll have seen some of them, but even Carlos himself has been riding on these bikes. So they're really trying to invest people and get them to come back every day to learn more and more about Y-Car.
So behind all of this and behind the stage and everything is the green room, which is where the production team is hard at work. Do you want to show us around where the green room is?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, here's the green room. This is where all the backstage people come to eat, but only the special people get to come down here, so...
You're a VIP now. Well, thank you so much, Brona, for this amazing tour. Hope you guys all have enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about the music hall.
Thank you so much for joining us in our World Council Daily. And Kevin, thank you so much for being here. You were amazing. You were a really good company. And yeah, how do you feel?
Oh, I had a good time. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being so welcoming to the entire studio. Before I go, I want to thank everyone online and here in Aarhus for being part of the Y community. It is great to be part of such a powerful, strong global movement that empowers young people.
I know, you are so right. So everyone, just be here tomorrow at the same time, same channel. We're going to tell you a lot of things tomorrow as well. And please, you will get to have the Q&A with Soheila, our new president. She's amazing. You will love her, I promise.
Awesome. World Council Daily will be live at the same time for the next 4 days. We'll bring you all the best bits. Well, actually, just the next day.
Yes.
Just the next day.
We're
Not
going
the
to
next
have a long
we have
work
home to go to. Just the next day.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.